There's a pulse inside you that has never stopped moving. A wild current that surges with the desire to act, to create, to protect, to push life forward with both hands open and teeth clenched. This pulse is sacred. It's the echo of life itself roaring through your veins. But somewhere along the way, the purity of that impulse got tangled in survival. It became something you believed you had to control, or else be consumed by it. And so, the sacred became the shadow of force. Force is what happens when divine power forgets its own source. It's when the body, the mind, the will, they all try to seize the steering wheel of destiny, because it can't bear to trust the invisible flow of life anymore. You felt it, haven't you? That surge in the chest, that urgency that says move now or lose everything. The clenched jaw, the rigid spine, the impatient breath. Force whispers, if I don't make it happen, it never will. It drives you to speak before you listen, to act before you feel, to fix before you've fully seen what's broken. And yet, beneath the urgency, there's always a quieter truth. A small voice that says, you don't have to push so hard. But the mind doesn't trust that voice. The ego confuses movement with meaning, action with progress, noise with purpose. So it doubles down, pouring energy into proving something that was never in question. Your worth, your place, your power. When you move from force, you may succeed outwardly, but something within you fractures. You lose touch with the gentleness that gives power its beauty. You start to mistake exhaustion for accomplishment. And the more you force, the more life resists. You see, the universe isn't meant to be conquered. It's meant to be courted. And force, though fierce, does not know how to court. It tries to command, but only responds to reverence. But here's the hidden grace. Force is not wrong. Force is power that has forgotten its alignment. Force is sacred energy trying to remember trust. When you feel yourself tensing, rushing, or pushing, pause, breathe, whisper, I am safe even when I'm still. In that moment, force begins to soften. It remembers its true origin is love, and love never needs to push. And when the push fades, the truth of strength begins to rise. Strength is not the tightening of muscles or the clenching of will. It's the openness that remains after force has worn itself out. True strength is born in stillness. It is the unwavering calm that says, I can act without aggression. I can move without needing control. You've tasted this kind of power before. Those moments where everything slows down and you realize you don't have to prove yourself. Where decisions feel simple, movements precise, and your presence alone begins to shift the energy around you. Strength is what happens when the warrior stops fighting life and starts fighting for life. It is the discipline of trust, the art of surrender without collapse. In the gift of strength, your power doesn't diminish, it refines. It no longer explodes outward like lightning. It hums through your being like steady thunder. Strength is quiet. Strength is centered. And strength is consistent. And then people can feel it when you speak. There's no strain in your tone, no rush in your words. You've stepped into integrity, where what you feel, say, and do all move as one current. Strength doesn't seek validation. It doesn't need recognition. It simply is. It's the knowing that you don't have to force an outcome, because you are the outcome. You are life expressing itself through the shape of your being. This kind of power inspires without intimidation. It protects without domination. And it creates without depletion. And when you learn to live from the gift of strength, you become a mirror for others. Your steadiness awakens their own. Your calm gives them permission to breathe again. This is your natural state, dear one. Not the frantic doing, but the embodied being. Not the striving, but the trusting. Strength arises the moment you remember that your energy was never meant to be used against life. It was meant to be used with it. that's when life begins to move mountains for you. Majesty. Even the word itself feels like a bowing of the soul. Majesty is what happens when strength no longer needs to prove itself. When power has become peace. When the storm finds its still eye and calls it home. Majesty isn't something you earn. It's something you remember. It is the recognition that all power belongs to the source, and you are simply its vessel. In Majesty, there is no need for movement at all. Life moves through you effortlessly. Your timing becomes impeccable, not because you plan, but because you're aligned. You speak less because your words ripple more deeply. You act less, but everything you touch becomes sacred. This is the beauty of Majesty. It doesn't demand attention. It is attention. It is presence so vast that even silence becomes luminous. And when you stand in this energy, others feel safe to drop their armor. They sense that nothing in you is trying to take from them. And you've become a sanctuary. Majesty is what happens when the masculine and feminine within you stop competing and start dancing. Action becomes devotion. Stillness becomes creation. And you become a bridge between heaven and earth. There's no more chasing, no more claiming. You've realized that you are the claim. You are the throne and the crown and the pulse that animates them both. The paradox of Majesty is that it's utterly ordinary. It's the sacredness of folding laundry, of holding someone's gaze without agenda, of breathing in sync with the rhythm of rain. Power in its highest form is gentleness. And gentleness is the mark of a soul who's seen everything, fought everything, lost everything, and finally realized that there was never anything to win. In Majesty, you remember the truth. Life hasn't been asking you to be powerful. It's only asking you to be real. And now, beloved, we breathe it all together. The fire of the shadow of force. The steadiness of the gift of strength. And the peace of majesty. Three faces of one truth. You are the embodiment of divine energy remembering itself. And every time you catch yourself forcing, you're being called back to your body. Every moment you feel resistance, you're being asked to trust again. This is not a story of correction. It is a story of refinement. You were never broken. You're only becoming conscious of how whole you've always been. Integration is the slow exhale after a long war with yourself. It's the tenderness of looking back at all the ways you've tried to control and realizing that you were only ever trying to feel safe. You can bless the force now. It was your first language of survival. It got you here. But you don't need to speak it anymore. Now you can whisper instead. And you can let life whisper through you. Integration asks nothing except honesty. To tell the truth about how tired you are of pushing. To admit that rest feels like trust, and trust feels like love. So breathe into that love. Let it fill your ribs and spine and skin. Let it move you without agenda. Let it show you that peace and power have always been the same frequency. You don't need to chase purpose. You are purpose. And you don't need to prove worth. You are worth embodied. When you walk from this space, the world doesn't just see you. It remembers itself through you. Majesty is no longer a state to reach. It is the atmosphere of your being. It is what happens when you stand rooted in stillness and let the divine exhale through your open heart. Welcome home, love. The war is over. The fire burns clean now. I love you.